At Business Travel Direct, we are working within the construction industry, redefining how you manage and book business travel. Historically, we have booked business travel and provided the company with all their reporting, and we're trying to change this. So moving forward, we are working with construction companies, setting budgets at the time of tender or when they win new work, booking the travel and then managing those budgets. So we give them live reporting, live prelim cost reporting and analytics to see how they're doing. So if they are going over budget, we can quickly make changes, whether booking or recommendations to stay within budget. This is helping ensure that prelim costs are met and achieved, because historically we've been communicated by construction companies that prelim costs are the most hard to manage. They're the costs that construction companies don't always know about at the start of a project, and we've worked with construction companies where they've got projects 2 years or longer and they really haven't budgeted their travel costs in that budget. They've just taken an assumption of what it could be and haven't allowed for changes within that location during that time frame. So we work with them to narrow the budget so it's concise and they can actually achieve on it rather than going over budget. Recently, we worked with a construction company who were coming up really tight on a budget for a tender. So they were tendering for a project in London for 18 months. Their average room rate they had put into their budget was over £135. We achieved an average room rate for them of £80, reducing their prelim budgets by 32%, which in effect helped them win the project. And we do this now for most of our clients. When they've got a tender or a project coming up, we can help them price that work so it's more realistic rather than stab at what the cost could be. So we work with them and we can track that spend, and that spend that we track is live. It's not 3 months before a quantity surveyor or commercial department can review it. It's live costs. It's within 40 hours of that spend occurring. Which we find is really beneficial to help make those important changes and stay on track. So we have several tools that are available to our clients, specifically for project-based travel. So when a construction company goes live and they want to manage their project spend, we work with them with an offline dedicated team to set the budget and make sure it's achievable. They can then book offline or through our online booking tool powered by Concur. During that time, we have a budget tracker which we have built to manage and track that spend per project code. So you can see how you're achieving against the date duration left on the project, your spend ratio, and the account manager will advise if you are achieving it. If we see that halfway through the project, you've got 32% or 50% left on your budget, they'll make recommendations on how to reduce your spend so you can achieve against it. These are really simple tools that we have available to you that will give you much better live reporting so you can make those changes effectively and quickly. We find it's really important with project-based travel to ensure all the costs are included at the time of negotiating a hotel rate. So we ensure that breakfast is included if it's needed, we ensure that car parking is included if it's needed, and we ensure that Wi-Fi is included if it's needed. We are also open to looking at all options of accommodation, from service apartments to lodges. As we know, most construction work doesn't happen in cities, it can happen in real remote locations. So we find the right accommodation that's required for you, not just looking on one system. We'll look at multiple booking channels and find the right solution for you. We can also negotiate, so we understand about the welfare of your travellers when they're staying away from home and how important it is that they feel comfortable. So we have been known to ensure that grab and go breakfasts are available if the workers are leaving before breakfast time. We've ensured that van car parking is available locally, so the travellers don't have to travel too far to their vehicles in the morning. We've also been able to negotiate extra menu options so they can eat in a hotel and not get bored of the menu because they're there for a period of time. We've also ensured we get F&B discounts so they can enjoy a drink or something in the hotel and have that discounted because they're there for a period of time. We've even included and spoken to hotels before and had things like PlayStations put in the room. So the welfare of the traveller when they're staying away, we can really create that home from home when they're on project work. And by just taking that bit of time to speak to the hotel or the accommodation provider. And I think that goes hand in hand with your budget as well, because they're not spending additional money in elsewhere if we can create the right environment for them when they're staying away. So we understand the construction industry has multi-disciplines within it, and our solution is available for all of those disciplines, whether you're a supplier to the industry, whether you're a subcontractor or main contractor, or even a recruiter within the industry. These solutions are tailored to you, so even if it's not a project overhead, but you want a divisional overhead rather than marketing or something like that, we can also create those solutions for you. The solution, offline or online, is available within the industry, and we found by bringing all the disciplines within the industry together, quite often we can get a better rate out of a project. We've had a project previously where we managed the subcontractor on the project, the main contractor and the roofing supplier, and we've managed to group all that accommodation together to ensure that we get the best price for that project and that spend, and it worked really, really well. We found construction companies need a really friendly and warm approach, and we have an exceptional service team who accommodate that. We have found previously that when it's led by procurement, we also need that buy-in by the individual project managers and the travellers, so they feel comfortable coming to us and telling us their needs and their requirements. So our customer service team and the operations team can ensure we can achieve that. So we have a really warm, open and professional customer service team who really engage with the travellers and ensure that those needs are met. When you don't do that, you often find that the travellers might have a problem at the hotel. It might be the hot water doesn't always work, or they're bored of the breakfast and they don't communicate it back to the team. And then we often find we're then looking for a new supplier and we're starting the whole scenario again. So our team worked really hard to get to know the individual needs for the project teams and the travellers and ensure those are communicated at the time of negotiating the rates. Because when you're away from home, it's important to build those relationships. We have found more and more of our construction companies are looking at expense management solutions, and as a preferred elite partner with Concur, our online booking tool ties really well with the expense software that Concur offer, because not only are you able to track and manage your travel spend promptly and efficiently on time, you can also manage that expense spend, so the F&B spend when your travellers are away from home, and combine total trip costs and see it at time of booking and time of expense, rather than sort of the traditional filling out paperwork. And again, this is really helping to streamline costs and be able to see it effectively to make those changes. Concur Expense and Travel can be automatically integrated with several other cost reconciliation software that is readily available for the construction industry, such as Coins, such as Oracle and NetSuite and QuickBooks. And again, having that automated reporting again allows that visibility of spend and the importance of making changes if need be. Working within the construction industry, your normal travel policy doesn't always fit, because again, it's project specific, it's length, it's duration. So we work with the companies within the industry to create a travel plan that works for all of their travellers. So if it's just someone going on a company overhead, we create a a plan for that, and then we can create a project specific or department specific plan. We've often found some construction companies just have a generic plan and policy in place, which isn't really being fulfilled or managed correctly. So we use our in-house experience and templates that we have to help drive changes internally for the better of the business. We want all construction companies or disciplines within the construction industry to know that we are open for business for them. I have found before they've been a bit afraid. They feel a business travel agency is maybe too corporate and they're trying to manage it themselves and manage their costs themselves. But we are here for you. We're here to help you reduce your spend, manage it properly, and create the efficiencies of having the online booking tool and meeting your Corporate Manslaughter Act with our travel tracking tool.